Welcome back. I have Selena here with me, and we are talking flowers. So we've been talking a lot about flowers. In fact, we've been talking about Kingdom Plant Day for a long time, 2 months now, and we're into the flowering plants and learning about them. And we also had the story of the flower last week, and we dissected some flowers and talked about parts of the flower. And so now we know what the petals are, and we know what the sepals are, and the different parts of a flower. So I want to talk more about how we classify flowers based on the types of petals they have and the types of sepals they have. And are you ready for this? Okay, I've prepared some pictures. In class, we'll have a bouquet of flowers that we can look at, but online, for those that aren't in person with us, I want to show you or share with you some pictures. So I'm going to pull up this picture right here. And this is a strawberry blossom. So I'm really looking forward to having strawberries in our garden again this year. And so these are strawberry blossoms. Now, when you look at this, what do you notice about the corolla? The petals. Like, what do you notice? Like, the corolla is all the petals all together. Yeah. So this is a petal, and all 5 of them together make a corolla. So what do you notice?
They're kind of cup-shaped. They're round and kind of cup-shaped.
Yeah. How many petals make up the corolla?
5.
5. Pretty cool. Yeah, this one back here you can see really well. They're kind of all spread out. So interesting. So this is a strawberry plant. It has 5 petals that make up the corolla. Okay, let's look at another picture.
Right.
Okay, these are apple blossoms. These are from an apple. What do you think of these?
They also have 5 petals.
Oh. When we look at them, we can see that this is 1 petal, and this is 1 petal, and this is 1 petal.
But it doesn't have the same round cup shape as the strawberries.
Yeah, the shape of them doesn't really matter. That's not what we're looking at here. We're looking at the petals, how many petals and how many pieces there are. Okay, let's look at another one. This is called an azalea. There's a lot of them. Here's one, and there's one. This one has many petals. When we're looking at, like, with our kingdom work, where we've been classifying, monocots have petals in multiples of 3 and 6. The last ones we've looked at both had 5, so those must not be monocotyledonnae. And I don't know how many petals the azaleas have, but my guess is they probably have not multiples of 3, but I don't know for sure. So these ones have many petals in the corolla, not just 1 spray around, but many. Okay, how about this one? This is super bells.
Super bells are great.
So they're tiny. They're like miniature petunias. And look, when we look at this, does it appear that there's many petals in the corolla here?
Not really.
What do you think it looks like?
They're all attached.
Oh, it kind of looks like they have the round shape, but we can see that they're all 1 petal. You can see it kind of better over here. They're just kind of folded. Yeah. These ones have 1 petal. These have 1 petal in the corolla. They look, in some angles, they look like they have many petals, but it's really just 1. How about this one? This is a petunia.
It's also 1 petal.
1 petal, look at that. If we looked at it, it's 1, like a skirt, goes all the way around. Yeah, so some plants have many petals to make up the corolla, and some plants have 1 petal that make up the flower, the corolla. Flowers like, we'll go back, flowers like the strawberry are said to be polypetalous. Poly meaning many, petals meaning, or petalous meaning petals, many petals. So many petals, polypetalous. This one has many petals in the corolla, polypetalous. Many petals, polypetalous. And then when we get to the calabrocha or the super bells, or when we look at the petunia, these ones have 1 petal in the corolla, 1 petal, and 1 petal is said to be gamopetalous. Gamo meaning 1, petalous, petal, 1 petal. So polypetalous, many petals, gamopetalous, one petal. Isn't that cool that we can classify plants based on their flower type or what types of petals they have?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to learn a little bit more?
Sure.
Okay, let's look at this. This is a tomato blossom, or these are the blossoms. These are before the blossom. Actually, these ones look like the blossom has already fallen off because there's already a fruit down here at the bottom. Anyway, do you remember what these are called? The parts that close up over the bud and protect it?
No.
Maybe some of you at home remember. Sepals. The sepals are what protect the bud before it opens. And then the sepals open, like this one is wide open while the flower is doing its work. And then they close back up and then they reopen and have a fruit. I have another picture that'll show you that too, right here. So these are sepals with the petals. So sepals were surrounding the petals. And here's the sepals around the fruit. What kind of sepals do they look like? There's many sepals, or does it look like one?
Many.
Many. This tomato has many sepals. I bet you can guess. This is called polysepalous. Poly meaning many, sepalous meaning sepals, many sepals. The tomato is polysepalous. Here's the strawberry. Now, I bet everyone has eaten strawberries. And when you're eating it, I bet you think about this part up here and you go, I don't want to eat the leaves. These aren't the leaves because the leaves are on the stem. These are the sepals. Those are the sepals that were protecting the flower bud and protecting the fruit as it started to grow. Sepals. Does it look like many sepals or one sepal?
I think it looks like many sepals.
So what would we call it? Polysepalous. Polysepalous. Yeah, polysepalous. It's pretty cool. We always say I don't want to eat the leaves on my strawberry, but they're not really leaves. They're sepals. Okay, this one's harder to see. This is a hollyhock. And a hollyhock, you can see, is gamopetalous, one petal. But what you can see right back here on the back side, look at this. It's also one sepal, gamosepalous. You can see it has one cup that holds all of it in there. Let's see another one. That's a hollyhock. This is a marigold. It's beautiful. It's before it's opened all the way. All of these, the tips look like they're separate, but look, they're all joined.
That's cool.
They're all joined down in here. Here's a better picture. You've probably picked the heads off of marigolds to save their seeds. This is what it looks like. This is gamosepalous. All the sepals are joined. They're connected. So when the sepals all join together like this, we call it gamosepalous. Gamosepalous.
I wonder how they can open so flat that the one petal ones can open. Because when the marigold was up.
Well, you can see that the petals are all on the outside of the sepals. The sepals don't open. On this one, it's like this, and then the flower blooms outside of it, out above it. But the seeds are inside the sepal. Yeah. Okay, so gamosepalous, many polysepalous, many sepals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That seems like a weird number. Probably 6 sepals, polysepalous. So I hope you enjoyed learning those new terms about classifying flowers. So we can talk about polypetalous, or flowers that have more than one petal, and gamopetalous, which are those that have one petal. Yes, there are a little kitty face that's popping in and out of the video. Polypetalous, more than one petal, but gamopetalous, one petal. And then polysepalous, many sepals, gamosepalous, one sepal. It's pretty cool. I can't wait till we get to see flowers in person and start to classify them. And we have a bouquet in the classroom just waiting for this lesson. I can't wait to see you this week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.